Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. It is prediction time. Fight I want to talk to you guys about takes place Saturday, the 24th of July. It is a heavyweight contest and it is between Joyce, who is 12-0, and he takes on Carlos Takam, who is 39-5-1. Guys, first of all, just want to say thank you so much for coming back and tuning into yet another prediction video. In these videos, I will give you a background into both guys' careers. I will give you my keys to victory, and finally, I will give you my prediction. So, let's start off with Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam is 39-5-1. Very good career, Carlos Takam. He's coming off of a win that, if you guys are more casual viewers to boxing, you might not think his last win over Jerry Forrest is that big a deal, but Jerry Forrest has since went on to pull out a draw with Zhang of China, the undefeated heavyweight who is signed to Matchroom. And you know, everyone thought that Zhang was going to walk through Jerry Forrest, and it ended up it was a draw, and a lot of people actually believe Jerry Forrest won the fight. Carlos Takam had a tough fight with Jerry Forrest but came through on a majority decision, and that purely just shows that Carlos Takam has still got a lot of ability even at 40 years old. He's been around the block. He's fought Anthony Joshua for the world title. He's fought Alexander Povetkin. He has fought Derek Chisora, where he was ahead against Derek Chisora before getting stopped, in my opinion. And you know, over the past year or two, the past 2 to 3 years, he's basically a good couple of victories under his belt. Nothing that massively stands out there. Probably the Jerry Forrest one is as good as it gets, but you know, he's put a string of victories together and he can go into this fight with a lot of momentum. He takes on Joyce. Joyce, who is 12-0, coming off of a career best win after stopping Daniel Dubois, fracturing his eye socket in the meantime during that fight. Good fighter, Joyce, very, very good all-rounder. Punches hard enough, he boxes well enough, he takes a shot well enough. Guys like that, they're just very, very difficult to beat. A good all-rounder is a lot better than a good old one-dimensioner. And, you know, Joyce has had his acid tests in the pro game. Fantastic amateur, one of the most accomplished in GB history. Good fights against guys like Brian Jennings. Again, as we said there, Daniel Dubois. I believe that he has got fights at the right time, Joyce. Aside from Dubois, I think that was a big risk for him, but he's just a very good fighter, Joyce, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him back in action. If I can move over to keys to victory for Carlos Takam. I believe that he needs to stay on top of Joyce, stay very close to him, fire shots to the body, try and slow Joyce down and test his stamina. If he slows him down, he could start to land big shots in the second half of the fight. For me, keys to victory for Joyce, I think Joyce can win this fight with his jab. I think if he throws a nice jab at Carlos Takam, and when Carlos Takam is coming forward, if he can slightly change angles and move away from Carlos Takam, I believe that it could make it a really simple night's work, but I believe that he has to establish a good jab in this fight. Over and on to prediction time. Guys, for me, I just think at this stage in both of their careers, I think that Joyce is all wrong for Carlos Takam. I think he's too big, I think he's too bad, I think he's too granite-chinned, I think he maybe hits harder than he gets credit for, and I just can't see past Joyce second half of the fight stoppage or a wide points victory. I think he will control this fight with his jab. I think with the greatest of respect, Carlos Takam, I believe that's all Joyce is really going to need in this fight, is a good jab and to know when to turn the heat up if he feels like Carlos Takam is slowing down. But my prediction is for Joyce to beat Carlos Takam. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Please check out all of our social platforms. Please subscribe down below. I'll be back to speak to you guys again soon. Thank you.